Hey everybody, Scott Detweiler here. A lot has changed at Stability. So if you noticed, I haven't done videos in a while. It's because stuff was so up in the air and a lot of turmoil going on, a lot of changes in staff and so on. But we have a brand new CEO as of this week, and the leadership team is fantastic. It's kind of the dream situation for me because the way that they want to change the company and the attitude they're bringing in is exactly what I think we all want to see. To give you an example, the first 2 days they're in their business, they're in their offices, the first thing they did is rip up the 20-page SD3 license and start over. They wanted a 4-page or less document, which is about what they have. It's very simple. So the idea was to be very transparent and very clear about the way things work. Basically, we've boiled down into 3 different areas. Basically, you have the individual or researcher. So the person who's just sitting at home and wants to play with the model, or wants to download the model and play with it, make a new fine tune, or anything along that lines research wise. That license will always be free. So, and there's no limitation on the number of creations you can make with it. Just have fun with the product. I mean, that's the goal behind this anyway. So just have fun with it. The second one is a commercial license. So let's say, for example, you sell prints online, you sell things at art fairs or hang things in galleries. Then that is a commercial license. And they would prefer that you sign up with a form to let them know what you like and what models you're using. They'd be thinking, well, I'm just going to get badgered or whatever. What they're doing is actually collecting information to help know what to make next. So if you're having great success making art or selling what you're wanting to sell, they would like to know what models you're using and where you find the most value in those things. So that's the commercial license. Now, once that commercial license exceeds $1 million in revenue, that is the enterprise license. And it's really commonsensical because if companies are out there making $1 million or more, they should be the ones helping to pay for the new models and the new research. So this helps everybody in the community because the community is no longer paying to help drive technology forward. It's the people making all the money that are driving that. So it's a very fair and equitable relationship. As we continue to develop new technologies, new models, those companies will continue to make more money. So it's a really great relationship. Everybody wins type of mentality, which I absolutely love. And I think you're going to see a lot of that from this leadership. But the other thing you're going to notice at the very bottom of the news release on the Stability homepage is the SD3 medium. And obviously, we see issues with that model. It was out the door a little bit faster than I think we would have preferred. But it's just getting it out. The community is always like, where's my model? Where's my model? There's your model. And it had a few weaknesses. Obviously, if you are a company that depends on pictures of women sitting on grass or laying on grass, sorry. But the idea now is to go back and try and fix those issues. And a lot of this actually has to boil down to the new architecture. So there's things that we're learning as well about how to prompt to get the most from this. Unlike the UNet, which we've all gotten used to since 1.5 or even before that, the new MMDIT architecture is very different. And you have to almost be specific about where you want limbs and so on, because it just doesn't have the self-attention blocks that we did in the previous version. So you're going to find this architecture is a little bit different, and it means it's some learning curve for all of us involved with trying to make art from it. Now they're going to go back, they're going to work with that model a bit more and see what we can do to help fix that, to help ameliorate some of that pain from that learning curve between the older models and the newer models. But at the same point, allow the really great things about SD3 to come through. The ability for it to understand a prompt is just fantastic. And I think the level of artwork it creates is much better than any of the models we've ever created. Yes, there's a few issues with it, but again, this is the bleeding edge of technology. If you're looking for something that's perfect, then you may have to wait a couple of years, then you can buy it on a box somewhere, right? If you are part of these people who are on the bleeding edge of this, expect some mistakes, right? It's a learning curve, it's a constant level of research, and it's not a finished product. But we're trying our best. And I think, obviously, this new leadership has shown that the community cared a lot about this specific thing, and now we're going to go back and we're going to fix it and then try again, which is really refreshing. So it isn't like, well, that's what it is. You'll have to wait another 6 months or 8 months until you get a new model from us, and hopefully it'll be better. I think there's a lot different attitude now. So we'll see. But I know I am really excited about the way this is now working. I think from the day that I joined Stability to now, I have to say that I'm much more excited about this than any other part. The new leadership is a really big fan of open source and a really big fan of the community. So you're going to see that. And again, don't take my words and say, well, yeah, whatever. Watch what they do, right? I think that's the thing that we'll walk away from is so they say what they're going to do and then they do it. And again, within 2 days, they had the license ripped up and rebuilt as their first act in office. So I'm really excited for that. Everybody, love to hear what you think about this. Obviously, throw it in the comments below, and I'll try and get back to you. And again, if there's something that's really groundbreaking or really interesting in there, I will take that to leadership as well and see what we can do. And they're very open-minded to this whole thing. which has been really refreshing because in the past we haven't been able to have that same level of communication we do now. They want to be a very transparent and very simple to work with group. And so far that has been exactly what I have seen. So it's not like, well, we say one thing and do another. I'm really excited for this and I'd love to know what you think. So take a look at the new license. Again, it's easy to read and then go create, have fun with it. So everybody take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you on next time.